Hi, it smells red songbird. This is called Eve Einstein is Annie, and the son is Daddy Warbucks. My mother and father didn't want me. Whoops, I drove. Oh, God. Let me put it here. Let's see if this. Okay. Isn't that amazing, that light? My mother and father didn't want me. Growing up, I felt like a motherless child. Richie Havens sings a song called Freedom, where he sings, "Sometimes I feel like a motherless child, a long way from home." When I was around 9 years old, I started a nightly routine in bed of praying to God to send my father. I would cry and beg, pleading with God to send my father to rescue me. I was in Tennessee, down there. My mother wasn't a bad person. She was copying her mother. Her mother and father hadn't wanted her either. I had an alcoholic, nasty, foul-mouthed stepfather named Shorty, and a saint-like other father and other mother, Brother Wright and Aunt Donnie. They've taken new human births as Sing Birdsong and Robin Birdsong, my son and daughter. Sing was a projection of Jesus Christ, Charan Singh, the saint, and he was the Saint Jagat Singh Ji. Robin was the missionary wife of the projection of Jesus Christ, and she was St. Francis of Assisi. I live in St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3, and there is no such thing as a coincidence. Okay. So I thought my mother was a saint to work and support a child she didn't want, me. Her friend, Lanice Britt Moore, wanted to adopt me. She knew Mama didn't want me, but Mama wouldn't give me to her. She did give me to Aunt Donnie and Brother Wright during the week. Her mother, and on the weekends I'd spend with my mother. My mother's mother had given her to them 24/7 because she wanted her little girl to be raised by a legally married Christian couple rather than by her and her alcoholic common-law husband, John Henry. Turns out I was right. Aunt Donnie, Brother Wright, and my mother were saints. My mother had been the projection of the saint, Baba Jamal Singh Ji, the projection of Jesus Christ, Gorinda Singh. That's Gorinda Singh. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. A bigger surprise was my grandmother, my mother's mother, Mildred Kendricks, Mama Mill, had also been a saint, the patron saint of Ireland, and the patron saint of the poor, St. Patrick. She had also, her name is Melanie L. Spear, this life. Melanie had also been the explorer, Christopher Columbus. She had been Queen of Egypt, Cleopatra, the goddess Isis, and Eva Braun, and she had been the mentally troubled genius painter Vincent van Gogh, who committed suicide when he was in his 30s. The good news is, God did answer my prayers to send my father to me. When I was in India in 1979, Charan Singh, the saint, Jesus Christ, said, out of the blue, as if he knew my heartfelt request to God, he said, "Which father?" And then I realized he's talking about reincarnation. I'm trying to get these pages separated. Here we go. Around 2013, Jesus Christ's Spirit started communicating with me. I'm talking about Gurinder Singh. Because Charan Singh, Jesus Christ, I saw him enter into his body, from the head, his feet, and his whole body, into Gurinder Singh's body. Love is becoming another person. Love is losing your identity. Charan Singh became Gurinder Singh, and Gurinder Singh became Charan Singh, and Charan Singh lost his identity. Now that he's the baby in my womb, he's taking a new soul, to say. He has the DNA of the Son because the Son put him there. But let me finish. I wrote it all out in an organized way. I'll finish reading it to you. Around 2013, Jesus Christ's Spirit, Gurinder Singh, started communicating with me. He revealed that he was my brother and husband-to-be. In 2018, in North Carolina, Gurinder Singh married me again and got me pregnant with Aria Elizabeth Michelle. Not by touching me physically, but by merging his eyes. See how I wrote it? His eyes with my eyes. And creating a human. Heaven, you, mild red Michelle. You see, M, mild red Michelle. An angel. Okay? He told me, Gurinder Singh told me, in North Carolina, told me when I got back to New York to look at the sun. I went outside the St. Francis of Assisi Residence 3 onto 8th Avenue and 17th Street. I stood there looking up at the sun. The sun pulled out his supreme beam and plunged it between my legs, putting a boy baby in my womb, Giancarlo Arturo. The next year, indeed an hour ago, 1 a.m. May 3rd, 2019, I decoded the words genes and heredity and found the message that I also made a video where I show in writing the decoding. So it's and it's called, I think it's called it's called Einstein Eve the psychology of Einstein Eve. I think that's what it's called, yeah. And heredity, and found the message that the Son is the sovereign of creation, that I am his daughter of whom he is most proud. I am, in his words, his star. Of course, he's my star too. And according to him, I am beautiful. I am true. There, from an angel Evangeline orphan to the daughter of the creation's sovereign is the story of orphan Annie and Daddy Warbucks, the comic strip my mama used to read every Sunday. She spread out the comics on the floor in the living room, and we'd all lay on the floor and read comics. I remember Annie didn't have any black pupils in her eyes. The sun will come out tomorrow. It's on Sunday. The sun, someday, tomorrow, will come out. My daughter was obsessed. My daughter Robin when she was a little girl, was obsessed with Annie the musical. I think we went to see it. I think I took her to see it. And Annie the movie. Robin once played the role of mean Miss Hannigan, the boss of the orphanage, in the play at a friend's birthday party. Robin was interested in being an actress as a little girl. See, when I digress, Robin was Queen Victoria. One of her daughters was the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle. And she became the actress because she's following in her mother's footsteps in spirit. In a spirit, you're seeing Robin's spirit. Okay. And Robin's always calling me saying, one time she called me, she said, "Gee, I saw Meghan Markle's dress." Robin doesn't realize about her past lives, by the way. But anyway, she said she saw Meghan Markle's dress, and she said, "It looks so familiar to me." And she said, I looked up, and it was my curtains. It was the same pattern as my curtains. And then she said, he called me another day, and she said, "Guess what Meghan Markle chose for her family crest? A songbird." I said, "Really? That's my name, Songbird, right? I'm a Smile Red Songbird." There are other things. I'm just telling you the ones off the top of my head. So I took her. She wanted to be an actress. Robin wanted to be an actress as a little girl, and I took her to a booking agent in Scarsdale, New York. The agent said she couldn't book Robin for TV and movies because she was too light. Now, when I was born, my mother didn't want me because I was too light. You see, the sunlight, okay? Now, this agent showed me the most popular girl she was booking, and she was the color of coal. You see, so TV don't want you to know they're light-skinned blacks. You see. I remember Jan Cox, who taught me acting class. She said she couldn't get roles because they said she looked too ethnic. So TV, there's a conspiracy to have people look a certain way on TV. Like black people have to be really black, I don't know if it's still that way, but it was that way before, when Robin was a little girl. Okay, but the agent let Robin sing her a song, and Robin chose to sing her the song Tomorrow from the musical Annie. It's obvious that Annie is a counterpart to Eve Einstein. Eve Einstein is Annie, and the Sovereign son is Daddy Warbucks. Okay, so I just wanted you to know that. Okay, look at this place. Jordan Peterson said, "Clean your room." Okay, it's my red songbird. Apparently I was an Annie. I was unwanted as a child. I was an orphan. And now I have found Daddy Warbucks. And so the father that I was praying for, I was praying to God to send me himself. Because he's my father. All right, so